Mitchell's drooling again, but I can't tell if he's stoned or if he's just being Mitchell.
Mitchell just shotgunned that bag of Doritos, but what else is new?
What's new? Yeah.
Filth are my politics. Filth is my life. Filth is my life. Take whatever you like.
Welcome to the Cinefilth podcast, where co-hosts Genevieve and Mitchell take a well-deserved break from their tumultuous lives as a stay-at-home mom and a commercial we're keeping it. Commercial truck insurance agent. We're getting more descriptive. A commercial truck insurance agent to tackle a topic no other podcast has dared to discuss. Movies. Spooky movies, classic movies, queer movies, new movies, all the movies your parents warned you about. And Genevieve.
And Mitchell.
Silly faggot. Dicks are for chicks.
Almost every time I see something in a movie that is just scandalous, I'm like, he has to say it. He has to say it on the mic or he can't
Or it
breathe.
didn't happen. Yeah.
It didn't happen.
Yep. You're like, you know the moments where I'm sitting on my couch and I'm on the notes app, just writing down my favorite lines. I will say this one didn't have as many as maybe Dead Lover did, but it was still an equally as fun movie. But Genevieve, what movie are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about 1999 or 2000s, depending on the timeline. Jamie Babbitt's directorial feature debut, But I'm a Cheerleader, starring Natasha Lyonne, Clea Duvall, Mink Stoll, Bud Cort, Kathy Moriarty, and much more, honestly. RuPaul. It's a huge, huge cast full of iconic people from many walks of queer cinema. So let's get into it. Mitchell, how did you find out about But I'm a Cheerleader? Do you remember?
So I watched it for the first time preparing for this episode, which was about a week ago. And I'd obviously heard of it through different queer mediums that I ingest content through. I know they've talked about it on the Midnight Mass podcast. I'm sure they've mentioned it there. The only podcasts I listen to are drag queens. And RuPaul's in it. So obviously they brought it up. Yeah, that was my exposure. And then we were talking about movies and you made the suggestion and I was like,
Yes.
it's a movie that's been like on the docket. I need to watch this. So this
Right.
just pushed me right over the edge.
Well, I saw it in high school, I think, but it didn't really resonate with me because, for one thing, I didn't get like half the jokes. I didn't know who anybody was. The reason it was even in my like periphery is because Rose Melberg is the vocalist of Go Sailor, and I heard her music through a movie with Elliot Page called The Tracy Fragments, and I was like, ooh, Rose Melberg, I'm gonna learn so much about her, I guess. And I did. I learned a lot about her. And that led me to this movie because Go Sailor has a couple songs on the soundtrack that she sang. And so that's how I found out about it. But like, I didn't have like an epiphany or anything seeing this movie in high school because I am a straight cis woman. So I'm just sitting there like, this is good. I like the colors. It's kind of funny, you know. But it wasn't until watching it now that I had a lot of like Leonardo DiCaprio moments. Like, oh, I get that now.
Now that you're a queer woman.
Oh my God. Now that I'm older and more sophisticated.
Now that you're a queer adjacent woman.
Where did you hear that? You heard that somewhere and we're like, Jenny, I learned a word today.
And I use it all the time. Because it's perfect. I think it's,
Right.
I want to say it was like Caleb Heron maybe on the So True podcast, I think.
Queer adjacent. Yeah, that's pretty much nailed it.
Exactly. You're as gay as you possibly could be while not being gay.
Right. I know, this time watching it, I was like, yeah, I don't like relate to this at all. So I must not be, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, this doesn't resonate with me, but I did have a lot more fun this time. Do you have a plot synopsis or?
I mean, this movie's, it's pretty straightforward. As far
Yes,
as when I wrote the bio, I was like, ooh, I didn't write shit. I wrote, brief synopsis. Lesbian teenage cheerleader is sent to conversion therapy camp called True Directions.
That's it. And she falls in love with Clea Duvall, which is perfect.
Who needs to wash her hair?
I know. It's so greasy, it's distracting. I don't know if that's like gel or that was the look back then or what, because I was like 6, so I don't know.
I wondered if they were, yeah, that's edgy and cool to have greasy hair, and I was just, I can do without that. Just have a cigarette hanging out of her mouth every scene. I would have been way happier because the greasy hair was nasty. I hated it.
And she's so beautiful too, so it's kind of like, girl.
Still hot even with the greasy hair, but it's still annoying.
I think it might have been the style because like in The Faculty too, she has some pretty, it looks like there's gel in it, you know? So I think it might have just been the style at the time and we're too young to appreciate it. But it is a choice. Well, let's just start at the beginning. What did you think?
You brought up when you were talking about it that you didn't have an epiphany while seeing this movie because
right
context, but I also feel like I didn't really have one, but also it would have been very interesting to see this movie at the time that it came out. Because to me, I'm sure this was so extreme for a lot of the audiences that were seeing it at the time. Whereas for me, I was like, wow, this movie's very tame.
Right. And you know, it's so upsetting that at the time, you're right, it wasn't considered tame by like the powers that be because they tried to give it an NC-17 rating because of the scene of Natasha Lyonne masturbating and someone made like a reference to like Graham getting eaten out and they had to cut those things from the theatrical release because they were going to give it an NC-17 rating and it wasn't even like graphic, you know, it was no body parts or anything. It was just like a little over the clothes type stuff and some dialogue. And that's ridiculous.
But then that's also part of why I did like it too, is I have to put into context, they are teenagers. I know some people are all like the Euphoria fans.
You're not here for that.
They like seeing the 40-year-olds playing like 17-year-olds having sex with each other, and that's just weird to me.
Or with 40-year-olds, which is equally like I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch you pretending to be a teenager boinking someone's dad. I just don't have an interest.
Yeah, it's like a very sweet movie.
Yes, which totally makes sense because the way I came to it was through twee music, which is what the subgenre is called that Rose Melberg did, was twee music. And this is a very twee movie, honestly. Like, it's incredibly sweet. There is some suggestive stuff going on here and there, some thrusting jokes, stuff like that. But overall, it's just incredibly pure-hearted, where it's just kind of like love can save us type thing.
Maybe it was because it had RuPaul and Mink Stole, so I was expecting maybe more of a John Waters-y kind of vibe for it. That's also me with every movie now. I'm like,
Could be filthier.
Yeah, but it was definitely not what I expected it to be. It was very.
In some ways, it's almost like fantastic. I mean, with like the set design that is so enmeshed in gender roles that it ends up being very gay and very campy.
I wish this hit me the way it should. On paper, it's a great idea. It's not making fun of conversion therapy, and I know they talked about not trying to make fun of conversion therapy, and I think they did a great job of that. But also, they are making light of this scenario and how ridiculous the idea of conversion therapy is. So I thought that was very effective. We were talking off camera about people within my community that get their panties in a twist about a lot of things. And this movie got a lot of backlash from parts of the queer community because they thought it wasn't serious, or like because they were. And it's just so crazy.
It was making light of something very traumatic, which obviously it is. You know, conversion therapy, that'll mess with your mind.
Oh, of course.
When I watched it in high school, I thought it was like a very over-the-top satire. I'm like, oh, this is so exaggerated. Because I think at the time it would have been like 2009, 2010. So it was like peak millennial optimism Obama years. So I'm just kind of sitting there like, no one's really this homophobic anymore. And then, of course, the last few years have shown us, like, no, they really still are.
Going off of that, it's crazy how my brain isn't geared for that mindset because my queer experience has been very not full of it. It's been pretty tame. It hasn't been very hateful. Like I haven't experienced any kind of. I mean, I have, but just not to that degree. No, but I haven't been sent to conversion therapy, so
Right. Yeah.
not
Yeah.
yet.
Your parents just changed their mind. Like, you know what? We don't accept you. We're done.
Well, I was more thinking along the lines of the government potentially doing it,
I know.
but Greg and Carla have been a little fishy lately.
Oh my God. Speaking of parents, that was such a funny moment for me rewatching this. And I see Bud Cort, who plays Harold in Harold and Maude, which our podcast artwork is based on. And I'm like, that is so perfect for us to be watching this. And yeah, there was like, what was it? There was like a line about liberal arts brainwashing. Um, and a lot of
They were talking about, well, we're glad we got her before she went to college.
yes.
They're much harder to
And
convert after they go to college.
that's the sort of thing that, like, at the time as a teenager, it just went over my head. And now I'm watching it in 2026 and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, people still talk like that and people still think like that. Like, oh my God, you're going to go to college and they're going to brainwash you into being open minded or worse, gay. And it's like, so this movie felt a lot. At the time, it felt really over the top when I watched it as a teen. And now I'm like, this is a little too real in some ways.
I think where we are makes it it's kind of a puzzling experience. I didn't know how to feel about it after I got done with it because I enjoyed it, but also, I don't know. It didn't hit the way I thought it was going to. Doing the research after I saw it, as far as they talked about how important this was for queer audiences at the time, I think this is a movie that's just showing how privileged I am to be alive and queer in the time that I am, even though it's not perfect and we still have so much work to do. It's just crazy to me that it feels like it's biologically impossible for me to be like, this movie changed my life.
I get that for sure. Like, your coming of age is very different from a teenager's coming of age in like the 90s for sure. Where like the only like mainstream transgender representation was like boys don't cry, which is this huge tragedy. And so I think at the time, like a lot of people's frame of reference for being gay or, in any way queer was tragedy. It's like, oh, bad things will happen to me if I am out. Whereas this is the one movie where it's like, actually, no, you can just run away and hang out with your elder queers down the road. You know?
I loved that. That was one of my favorite parts of the movie. It was just the escapees that are taking them in the van which I was like, this is kind of, we're taking these 17 and 18-year-olds to the gay bar.
Where Julie Delpy is this is how she's actually credited in the credits, is lipstick lesbian. And I was like, wow.
The Meg Stalter song.
Yeah.
Lipstick lesbian, Taylor Swift read.
What was I going to say? Sorry, Mitchell.
I derailed. I make everything about, I always gotta, Meg Stalter. Have you heard of her?
Oh my God.
She's all I think about and all I talk about.
Maybe I need to get on the bandwagon. You know what? I have my own little thing that I talk too much about that is actually related to this, which is the Real Housewives. Because the son of the conversion camp therapist, his name is Rock. And the whole movie, he's like making eyes. It's not making eyes. He is like making overt sexual gestures at RuPaul's character, like the whole movie. And he is played by Real Housewife of Beverly Hills, Brandi Glanville's ex-husband, Eddie Cibrian. I don't know how to say his last name, but he cheated on Brandi, allegedly, with Sheena from Vanderpump Rules, and now he's like married to Leanne Rimes. And so literally his name came up in the credits, and I was like, Brandy's ex. I was so and then he was like the gayest man in the entire movie, and I was so happy. I was like, you know what? This feels right.
He was second gayest. I think first gay is his name Andre?
Yeah.
I wrote down Andre was the star of the show for me. I loved Andre. That character was so fun.
Another thing that stole the show was the I wrote it down, the transparent pink vinyl trench coat. I'm like, I need that in my life.
Her costumes were spectacular. All
Chef's
of them.
kiss. So good. And another person. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say she was probably my favorite part of the movie. She's so good. I loved her. It's not Kathy Hilton.
No, not Kathy Hilton. That's a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills friend of. But no.
Is that is she in Death Becomes Her? Am I just I'm mixing so many. No, just
you're having fun. But Kathy Moriarty from I can't remember where she's from. But
Kathy
anyway.
Moriarty, Jesus fucking Christ, that isn't. Nope.
That's not Kathy Hilton. I would love to see Kathy Hilton, like if somebody did like one of those unauthorized musicals of this, and it was all like twee music, and Kathy Hilton just has like a guest appearance every night. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, why hasn't this had a musical revival?
I don't want to Google it because my internet is being so janky, but if there is one, we can post it with the episode. Be like, here is the musical revival.
Is there one?
I don't know. We'll find out.
I would be interested.
I think it would be so good in 2026, especially another like relevant thing to this movie is like the over the top gender roles that the men are encouraged to play, as are the women in this movie. It almost made me think of like looks maxing, like where it's like you're trying so hard to look straight and beautiful and handsome and, you know, chisel jaw that you look incredibly not any of that, you know?
Yeah, these are the same people that don't believe in gender affirming care, yet what they're doing is very adjacent to that. If it's the same thing in a lot of ways.
It's just the gender that you were assigned.
The whole looks maxing thing, I keep scrolling. I don't
Me
give
too.
a fuck.
I don't even like reading like the controversial, like, oh, you should look at this dumb thing that's happening. I'm like, I don't really want to know. And yet it has still made it into my bubble.
Just the phrase looks maxing is annoying to me. I'm not going to learn about it.
Well, I'm sorry for bringing it up then.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Sorry. I keep bringing
kidding.
I keep bringing some darker topics in, but one thing I did like about the movie is that
Wait. This would be a great time for you to talk about how much you hated The Bride by Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Hate it. You know what's so funny? I saw somebody posting today that they were watching it, and I had to like restrain myself
Good
from
luck,
being
bitch. It fucking sucks.
I really wanted to just comment, oh, you'll have to tell me what you think. But the last time I did that, somebody was like, oh, I really loved whatever it was. And I was like, gosh darn it, don't tell me that. I don't want to know.
You could just comment that, say, make sure you let me know what you think of it. Unless you like it, then just don't respond.
Then just don't tell me, because I can't handle anymore. It's too heavy on me. But
Back
anyway.
to dark topics, sorry.
Yeah, well, one thing I really like about this movie is even though like it has a really happy ending, spoiler alert, I guess. Yeah, everyone who listens now knows that we spoil movies. But it has a happy ending. It's very twee overall, very sweet. It's not very dark. But there is a moment of like realism when Graham, Clea Duvall's parents, well, dad and stepmom come and they're like threatening. I wrote it down. They say that like if she does not graduate this program, she's going to have no college, no car, no trust fund. And that felt very real because I think that's a real fear for a lot of kids is like just getting kicked out or, you know, completely cut off. And that felt really real where it's like, yeah, I know kids who aren't even gay, but like their parents are very strict. And if they don't live their life in the way that their parents want them to, like they won't be supported in any way. And it's just like, yikes, you know, that's so much. I mean, I just don't feel like there's very few situations where I think it's a good idea for a parent to be like, yeah, I can't deal with you. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it would have to be like super hard drugs or something where it's like, I'm sorry, I can't do this, like, I don't know, but
Posing danger to the other children in the house if there are, or any other people in the house.
right. It would have to be very extreme. So it's just sad to me that there are some parents out there that very extreme is, no, you can't be gay in my house, or you can't be gay and know me,
But are we sure it was her queerness, or maybe it was just how greasy her hair was? You won't wash your hair. You have to get out of the house. No trust fund unless you wash your hair.
Oh my God. I won't do it. You can't make me.
Something
What's
to think
funny
about.
is within a span of a year of living in LA, I was there for like almost a year and a half. Like that makes a difference. But I saw both Natasha Lyonne and Clea Duvall at Q&As, separate Q&As, because Natasha did a horror movie called Antibirth, where she births out like a monster. And Clea
As one
Duvall
does.
as one does. And Clea Duvall directed a movie that was very like The Big Chill Light called The Intervention, which actually is pretty good. I like that movie. And they would both be like not very memorable Q&As, except I accidentally fucked up during Natasha's Q&A. She was talking about a woman who directed a movie she was in. I don't even remember which woman it was. And then she said, and she didn't direct anything after that. But she said it in such a way that made it sound like, oh, we're going to act like she didn't do anything else, because she's a woman and we just forget what they do. Like it sounded very sarcastic.
Did
like,
she die?
Oh, she didn't. No, I laughed because I thought it was a joke. So I went like, ha! And Natasha just like pauses and it's just like, okay. And I was like, oh my God, no, she meant it. She really didn't direct anything. I thought she was being sarcastic.
Damn.
Because that's just her cadence. So anyway, that's my embarrassing Natasha Lyonne story.
And that's why you left LA.
I had to get out of town, man.
I couldn't
had to
stay there.
run.
Natasha Lyonne was just...
I didn't understand her humor or lack thereof. I thought she was joking. My bad.
I was expecting her to have a different voice in this movie because I figured her voice was the culmination of maybe, however many years of smoking cigarettes or something. But no, she just sounds like that.
Since she was a child. Yeah.
It's cool.
That's one thing I like about this movie is that it isn't very typecast, like, at all. Like, Natasha Lyonne does not look like a stereotypical cheerleader, which is what the role was made for. Another guy, Dante Basco, who played Rufio in Hook, which I thought he was so beautiful when I was a child. But he plays Dolph, the wrestler who ends up running away from camp. And his role was written for like a blonde hair, blue eye, all-American football boy. And they changed it to a wrestler for him because that was the body type he had. And that's one thing I do really like about this movie is that they didn't. So many times you see casting calls and they'll do things like, oh, this doctor with 2 lines needs to be a man. And it's like, why? Is that pertinent to the story? Like you see stuff like that all the time. So I think it's really cool that with But I'm a Cheerleader, they actually looked beyond the little things like that where they're like, actually, this could work with you, It
was very refreshing hearing when the director was talking about Natasha just being like, well, it is acting. So you weren't right for this, but I like you. So we'll put you to work.
Right. Let people act.
Exactly. It was just so candid, and I love that.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's we were talking about that not last week, but pretty much last week about Dead Lover, that whole thing was just like letting your friends be goofy and play pretend, which just doesn't seem to happen enough. It's very much like you need to be this character. And it's like, no, I can pretend, I can act, we can have fun.
And I'll say it again. There's a lot of value putting a different body in these very stereotypical roles, and it creates for a very new experience that's more interesting than what it would be 9 times out of 10 if you just put your classic
the prettiest girl who walked in the door, the most famous girl who walked in the door, etc.
Yeah, and that's why I think only straight men should play gay roles.
You're like, let them act.
I'm waiting for the straight guy to that'll be the retort to my my point. They'll be like, well, then let's put more straight men in.
Yeah.
Army
You're
and
like,
Timotei did a great job.
you can say it. I can't. I'm not allowed.
You're queer adjacent. It's fine.
Oh my God. One thing I was going to say is that this movie, at the time, its content was very, like, not controversial, but controversial enough to get an NC-17 rating before cuts. But its whole aesthetic of a, like, candy-colored satire was very much of its time, because I was, like, making a list. And there's movies like, and these are all from 1999, so, like, Dick, Drop Dead Gorgeous, Jawbreaker, and then when you go to, like, 2000, you have, like, Miss Congeniality, you have Josie and the Pussycats in 2001, Legally Blonde. Like, you have all of these high femme satire movies. Like, it was such a moment in time, like, around Y2K era. So I feel like But I'm a Cheerleader is very much of that culture. And I don't know what happened, why we don't really get movies like that very often anymore. At least in the mainstream, you know?
Like candy colored or Y2K?
Like candy color satires, like very effeminate, very pink, but also very sharp and biting, you know? Because I'm like, maybe Barbie, but I don't consider that sharp or biting, you know?
I would say we're kind of in the opposite of that right now. Everything's dimly lit.
Yeah.
Dimly lit and washed out.
Mm-hmm. Looks like a TV show.
Mm-hmm. And then there's Dead Lover.
Yeah. I should go back to our last episode. Listen to it after watching Dead Lover.
Dead Lover does not look like any of those, but still, it has a lot of color.
Yeah, it does. I was thinking about that, though. I'm like, what are the equivalent of those movies for teenage girls in 2026? And I was having such a hard time. Like, it was all like Netflix originals or like
Bottoms.
I don't know. Yeah. I know. What was that?
Bottoms was listed when somebody was bringing up the idea, like bringing up current movies that, you know, resonated similarly to how But I'm a Cheerleader did, and Bottoms was one.
That's a good idea.
I don't remember what Bottoms. I saw Bottoms once, and now I can't remember.
I feel like it's almost the apotheosis. Is that the word? Where it's like the absolute opposite.
What happens in Bottoms? I'm just throwing names of movies out to pretend like I know what I'm talking about.
Well, Bottoms is like so satirical and so like, I don't know, you know, the ending is a bloodbath. So it's like, yeah. So
it's gay though, isn't it?
It is gay. It's very gay and it's very high school and it does have like a football game, you know. So there's that.
I've seen a lot of connections.
So there's that. But I feel like I feel like it's not twee in the least bit. There is no, you know, jangle pop soundtrack to Bottoms that I know of. So I feel like it's very different. But it would be an interesting double feature. Like, look how far we've come. One of the reasons that I wanted to talk about this, though, there is somebody I know who made a movie inspired by But I'm a Cheerleader, and it's aesthetic. It's candy color aesthetic. And it's a short film called Juice, directed, written, and starring Rachel Williamson. And it's been screening around the Midwest and beyond. I think it was screening in like Miami like a month or two ago. And anyway, it is screening in Omaha, June 29th at 6 p.m. at Projecting the Microcinema I help program for. And it's actually going to be shown in a double feature with But I'm a Cheerleader on June 29th. So that'll be fun to like see the inspiration after watching the short.
Now I'm just spiraling about me talking about Bottoms, and it's not like
you're like, wait, I don't know anything about Bottoms. Never mind.
I've seen it once, and I'm like, you know, I don't know what happened in that movie. But what was that one? There was the one it was a movie. Came out recently. Wasn't Nicole Kidman in it? And it was a conversion therapy. They sent their kid to conversion therapy.
Oh, you're thinking of Boy Erased, but I never watched that one. You know why?
Why?
Because
Tell me.
because the exact same year, bisexual filmmaker Desiree Akhavan directed a movie called Miseducation of Cameron Post, starring my girl, Chloe Grace Moritz. And it was an adaptation of a novel, which is a very, very good book. If you want to read a good book, read Miseducation of Cameron Post. And it's an adaptation of like the last half or so of that novel about a teenage girl going to conversion therapy camp. That movie came out, absolute crickets. Nobody went to go see it. Boy Erased got Oscar buzz, and I was very, very salty about it. I was like, you can go fuck off.
Was Laverne Cox in Boy Erased?
I have no idea. I
What
have no
movie
idea. I was just fed
What
up.
movie did you and I feel like you, yes,
We watched a movie called Freak Show. Which was really, I'm sorry to anyone listening who was involved with the movie Freak Show. Is that what it was called, or was it Freak Party? I can't remember. Maybe Freak wasn't even in it. I'm just showing my ass. I don't know.
I would tell you to go open it, but I know your computer will crash, so I'll look it up.
Okay, yeah, you look it up. I think it was called Freak Show.
I remember that movie I was pissed.
Yeah. You know what? Last week we were saying that I've never steered you wrong. I did steer you wrong with that one. I will own up to that.
But it's one of those things too. That was, what year was that?
2018, I think? 2019? I feel like I had a baby. Or I was pregnant.
I feel like my taste has changed. So I feel like I would find a way, you know me, I'd see it and I'd be like, that was great.
You'd be like, that was really bad, but I liked it. And I'm like, okay.
Exactly.
Say so.
It was Freak Show.
It was Freak Show. Okay. I'm not homophobic right now. In this instance.
Bette Midler. I don't remember Bette Midler or Anna Sophia Robb. Did I watch this movie?
We did. It was really bad.
Was I stoned at the nail salon?
I never know, Mitchell.
That is totally fair.
I'm so pure. I'm like, something's off about that boy.
Mitchell's drooling again, but I can't tell if he's stoned or if he's just being Mitchell.
Mitchell just shotgunned that bag of Doritos, but what else is new?
What's new? Yeah.
Oh, Lord. I always find out after, because I'll be like, what did you think? And you'll be like, I don't remember a damn thing. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now I know.
But I had fun.
But I had a good...
Okay, I'm watching a clip of this. I think I might need to rewatch this movie.
Does it look good now? Do we need to eat our words?
It might be like a masterpiece. We'll circle back to this. Okay.
Okay. Maybe we'll rewatch it for the pod. We'll put ourselves through it again.
But I'm also, for some reason, I'm mixing up Freak Show with Freak Show's the bad gay. Boy Erased also I think was bad gay. Conversion Therapy, bad gay. This one was Drag Queen, bad gay. But then there was also, what was the Timothée Chalamet one with Steve Carell, or Steve Carell's doing his serious, him being a serious actor.
Oh, yes. That was also a boy. That was also
on drugs.
A boy. I can't remember the name of that. Look it up.
Yeah, I know. I'm asking these questions. Like I have IMDb about 2 inches away from my face right now. I'm like, well,
for
we'll
anyone
never know.
listening, every time I pull anything up on my computer, my video like pauses, so I cannot fact check this episode as I go. So, oh, you know what's really fun about But I'm a Cheerleader is Michelle Williams being in it the exact same year she was in the movie I mentioned before, Dick. What a run. What a great time. She was just finishing up Dawson's Creek and immediately was like, I'm going to make some of the most amazing movies of 1999. Some of the most iconic movies.
Oh, I found it.
Yes.
Despicable Me. It was Beautiful Boy.
Beautiful Boy. That's right. Oh my God. I watched that. Someone
clearly-
recommended watched it at my house and I hated it. And I was so disappointed.
It's before he shaved his head.
Which one?
Timotei.
Matei.
It's
Yeah.
Timotei.
Matei.
Timotei
Timmy.
Chalamet.
You sound like me. Whenever I say Phoebe Bridgers, I always go Fubu Bridger. Just one of those things where like everyone takes it so seriously and it's like, I refuse. I cannot. I won't. You cannot make me. The house in But I'm a Cheerleader is like this pink and blue Victorian monstrosity. There's actually a house in Omaha that looks like exactly like that, except it is all pink. And it has like little lizard dragons on their pillars. It's amazing. So,
Do they also have fake paper plants that somebody's watering outside?
you know, I've never looked that closely, but at night, all of their lights are like pink, like they're pink orbs. It's high camp. So if you're listening and you live in that house or you know somebody who does, I want a tour. I want to see more up close so I can see if it's fake plants being watered or
Call
what.
in.
Call in.
I would like to have a conversation about RuPaul in this movie because I think
Yeah.
RuPaul acting as a straight man is, air quotes, I'm doing air quotes for the audio only listeners. I think this is the best I've ever seen him act in anything. We all saw AJ and the Queen, and by that I mean I didn't see it, but I saw that it did not get received well.
The other RuPaul performance from this era is in the Brady Bunch movies, which again is a really funny, poppy satire. So I don't know what was in the water in like the mid to late 1990s, early 2000s. All of these over the top comedic satires were happening, and RuPaul just happened to be a part of at least 3 of them with both of the Brady Bunch movies and with But I'm a Cheerleader. He had his finger on the pulse.
Yeah, I wish I had a better gauge of how huge RuPaul was at that time because I know based on what I've heard, I know he was, but it's RuPaul's just always been huge in my stratosphere the entire time, but in a different way. Like because I don't think back in the 90s there was gay famous, but it's not the same gay famous as it is today.
Yeah, it was very different. I know even when I didn't watch Drag Race when I first saw it, But I'm a Cheerleader, so I didn't recognize RuPaul. Like I would read about it afterwards because I would do that. I would go to IMDb and read about the movie afterwards. And people would be like, RuPaul's in this. I'm like, I don't know who that is.
I don't know if Drag Race had started, you said 2009?
Yeah, it was probably like 2009 when I saw this, 2009, 2010. Go look it up. Go see if I'm just a little ignorant or super ignorant in my small city in Iowa. My hair's so pretty.
It's better than Graham's, greasy haired bitch.
Get her.
I hated her hair. Have I mentioned that?
Yeah. I know, I felt bad because, you know, at the end of the movie, they're supposed to look so ridiculous in their pink plastic dresses and their hair in these, like, very Y2K updos. And I'm looking and I'm like, Graham looks really cute, actually. Like, I would also sing a cheer for her. Like, she's adorable in that getup with the look. Like, this is awesome, actually.
2009 is when Drag Race started, so.
Wow. So yeah, so for my generation, I feel like it wasn't totally out there to not know who he was at that point.
First
Especially, I
couple
didn't have cable.
Yeah, and also the first couple, well, it wasn't on cable. I think it was on like, yeah, like a logo or something, which I don't even know. But the first couple seasons, I don't think were very popular. It's not, it was like season 4, I would say, 4 or 5 when it really blew
I
up.
was introduced with season 5, and I didn't quite get it. I was like, okay, so is anyone good at all of the things? And it was like, no, not really. Everyone has their specialties, but very seldom is someone good at all of the challenges. And I'm like, that's interesting.
I didn't hate the parents enough that were sending their kid to conversion therapy. I was like, Minkstole's a little cutie.
Yeah. At the end where they go to the PFLAG meeting during the credits, I was like, oh, that's so sweet. They're trying. So I'm actually very excited to see this with an audience because at Projecting, I've been seeing the trailer for it. And every time there's something in it that makes me laugh out loud, that even when I was watching it alone, I wasn't laughing out loud. So I think something about like watching it with other people really elevates the experience. So I'm excited about that, to see it with an appreciative audience and not just alone alone in my bedroom. So that'll be fun for sure.
Oh, I wrote down tofu and vegetarianism is gay. Like when they were listing off the reasons why they think she's a lesbian, you've been eating tofu, but I've been eating a lot of tofu.
So you're like, so what? Who cares? Leave me alone. I'm not a lesbian. I think at the time that was kind of a stereotype, like that lesbians were very crunchy, you know, like very salt of the earth. So like vegetarianism was kind of associated with that, which is so funny because now wellness has been like co-opted by like the far right. So if you meet someone who's like very particular about what they eat, or they're like, oh, I'm in an organic food co-op, it's like, what are your views on autism?
Red Dye 40, got any thoughts? Do you rinse the coating off your Skittles?
Oh my God.
I love those videos. But speaking of videos, have you seen those? There's this one influencer, TikTok, or whatever you want to call them, and it's this very, very butch lesbian, and she posts these like cringe reels, and she'd be like, I'm looking for a girl that wants to eat a steak and ride the back of the truck. I'll send you it. But just like she's the polar opposite of vegetarianism and veganism. So it's just so funny, the 180, the difference of how that stereotype has been appropriated. We didn't talk about the fact that Jamie was 27 when she did this, which that part just blows my mind. I'm like, how does that even happen?
She would be having like think pieces written about her now. Like, oh my God, this 27-year-old made this film that almost blew up the MPAA.
You know what I did when I was 27? I bought a house, and then 3 months after I bought the house, I became manically depressed, sold it, and moved back home.
I was there for all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So your realtor got his fee twice within the span of about a month. God bless you, Paul. We love you, Paul.
Yeah, I was just giving back to the community.
Putting it right back in.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Well, you should have made a cult classic masterpiece, and two weirdos would be talking about you on their podcast.
I should have just set up a camera in that house, and it would just been me walking around manically looking for reasons why I thought the house was going to fall in and I was going to die, pulling a plant out of the vent.
Oh my God.
A lot of great times in that house.
If it makes...
Oh my God. Jenny.
No, it wasn't me.
Glenda. James. What was that? That's going to be the highlight of this episode.
If it makes you feel any better, Jamie Babbitt, she's made movies since then, but nothing that hit quite like But I'm a Cheerleader. Most of her work is now like in TV. But I remember during like the 2010s indie boom, I watched her movie Addicted to Fresno, and it was fine. Like, I don't remember a single thing about it.
A lot of the people that were involved in this movie have really, really great resumes. I even wrote that down because I was looking through Clea Duvall's, what she's done, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
And she's made her own gay movie with The Happiest Season with Kristen Stewart and Mackenzie Davis, which I still need to see.
I really love the trajectory of Kristen Stewart. I just want to say that. She went from being the, whatever you want to call her, when she was in Twilight, I wouldn't even consider, she wasn't your stereotypical like girl next door or anything like that. She was so unique.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, and that's cool in itself. But now she's like just, she's doing the weird shit, and I think it's so cool. And she's also just so like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
I love
I'm like, yes.
I love that quote from her from one of her recent interviews where she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Was I being selfish? I was looking for a self. Like, I was trying to find myself." Oh my goodness. I love her too. It's not the same trajectory, but she's started directing too. She has that movie, The Chronology of Water, that I really need to see. And yeah, it's interesting seeing these women who have been in the industry for so long, but only recently, like late into their careers, get to start directing and telling their own stories. Because Clea Duvall, she made her first movie in like 2016, 2017. And, But I'm a Cheerleader was 1999. And it's the same with Kristen Stewart. Twilight was like 2008, 2007, and then Chronology of Water came out 2026. Like, yikes. Women should not have to wait 20 years to get their turn behind the camera. But, experience makes perfect.
Except Maggie Gyllenhaal.
She's had a lot of experience, that's for sure.
I would like to go on record and say that I didn't hate The Bride. Maggie, I thought you did a great job.
Yeah.
I had fun.
I need to watch her other movie, The Lost Daughter. The only reason I didn't watch it is I'm pretty sure it's about a very depressed mom, or two, I don't know. But when it came out, I was a very depressed mom, and I was like, I don't want to watch that. I was like, I can't do that right now. Sorry. But I would like to go back and watch that because I've heard from other people who also hated The Bride that they did like her first movie, and the first movie alone is enough for them to say, I will watch whatever she does next. And I'm like, okay, that's fair.
I feel like even after seeing The Bride, I would still feel the same way because even the parts that I think most people don't like, I'm like, but there was something there.
Oh, you know what? There is
Let's just talk about Bride again for an hour.
I'll do it. I don't care. I'll do it. But no, there's a lesbian teenage romance that just hit theaters. It's Haley Kiyoko's Girls Like Girls, which is based on the song, based on the book, and now there's a movie based on the book that was based on the song. So if there are any youngins listening and being like, where's But I'm a Cheerleader, maybe Girls Like Girls is that for you guys. I don't know. But it sounds like it'll be at least an entry into the lesbian coming-of-age cinema canon. So I'd be interested to check it out. It's in theaters right now. I don't foresee it staying there very long, so it'll probably be at home soon.
It's Pride Month.
It's Pride Month, man. Yeah.
Leviticus.
Yeah, you watched Leviticus. Complete sidebar. What did you think about Leviticus?
I mean, you could attach the two to each other. I mean, because I'm a cheerleader, or wait, what? But I'm a cheerleader because I'm a cheerleader. But I'm a Cheerleader is about a girl getting such conversion therapy. Leviticus is about two boys that are punished for being gay.
Well, there you go.
It ends, I think, kind of happy. I don't want to spoil anything for when you see it in 10 years, but
right.
It was a movie.
It was. I have, a watch list over 1,000 movies long, full of it was a movies. I know. I got my work cut out for me. But yeah, I think it's okay to say that neither of us have particularly strong feelings for But I'm a Cheerleader. There's plenty to appreciate in it. It looks really cool. It's very iconic.
I don't like the fact that you and I are both on the same page about this because it makes it more interesting when at least like one of us can be like, this is why I really, really loved this, and this is why it's groundbreaking. But to me, you and I are both kind of like,
it's fine.
So what did you think of The Bride?
Yeah, it's just a fine movie, and I'm glad it exists, and I'm glad that there is just this I'm just glad there's a sweet movie about something so at its core really dark, just to show that you can turn the light on these things. It doesn't always have to be trauma-rama, we can find the humor, we can find the beauty in life, even when it is really dark subject matter.
Yeah, and I do like that there's a happy ending for a gay couple in a movie. That isn't very common. And the fact that one of the examples that does exist came from a movie from 1999 is really cool. The premise of this movie is really smart, but I'm also one of those people that finds when it comes to serious matter, I like the extremes of either taking it really seriously or not taking it serious at all. And this is obviously that end of it. I wouldn't say it's not taking it serious at all, but it's a humorous take on the subject. That's something that resonates with me a lot of the times more than if somebody tries to make it a think piece. Like comparing it to, what was it? Boy Erased? I don't remember that one. I'm going to remember this movie, but I will not. I still don't remember. Nicole Kidman, she's homophobic in it, I think.
Whoa. That's not typecasting, that's for sure. Oh my god, she loves the gays.
Did I even see that movie?
I don't know. I didn't, so I can't even help you. I can't be like, "Oh, remember this part?"
Remember this, you fucking pothead? But
Oh my gosh.
I would like to story time when we watched X.
Oh yeah. You didn't remember a damn thing. I wasn't even there, Mitchell. You don't even remember I wasn't even there.
Yep,
I went to bed.
Oh, well, you were there in you were there in spirit. But that also isn't completely true. I do remember very vividly the number of Miss Landslide being sung by Miss Brittany Snow. Because my favorite part of any movie that decides to throw in a random music number, I am locked the fuck in. Megan, when Megan starts singing Titanium, in this second one, I don't remember what song she sings.
It was This Mother's Work by Kate Bush.
But it was, oh God, they knew. They're like, what worked in the first one?
This Woman's Work, sorry.
Titanium, that was everyone's favorite part. So we're going to do another musical number. We're going to make it longer. And it's just...
That's what But I'm a Cheerleader is missing, is the random
it's a musical number.
Yeah. Instead we get a cheer, but it's not the same.
A very short cheer.
Yeah. Yeah, we needed our boombox moment, our acoustic guitar moment.
Stop sending your kids to conversion therapy.
Honestly, like, I can't believe that's still a thing. That's very upsetting.
Well, I know there's certain states that it is outlawed. There's still some that are fighting to keep it around.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, that should not be a state-by-state thing. That needs to be, like, a national, like, no, that's not therapy. That's illegal.
Well, there's a lot of things that should be federally enforced that aren't, but here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, it's kind of sad that this feels so much more relevant to me now than it did in the past, but so it goes.
I just didn't like it because it was a lesbian movie. If it was two boys, I would have liked it better.
Out, I'm sure. Well, there are two boys. There's Clayton, who works in retail, and he's a homosexual. Well, I'm glad I'm not alone, because I felt like a dick. I was like, well, it's fine. Second time I've seen it, it's fine. But I am going to see it a third time. I plan to anyway. On the 29th, I'm going to try and make it to that screening. And I'm hoping seeing it with an audience, it'll just click for me. That's my hope. So, Mitchell, where can our listeners find you? We've never done this before. I thought it'd be fun. Do you want people to follow you or no? You know what? You can follow us both on Instagram.
Absolutely not.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't
you cannot
follow
have access.
Me.
No access to Mitchell, but you can follow us at CinephilePod on Instagram. You can follow both of us there, and you can see us be chaotic in our stories.
So yeah, it's usually just me and you having a conversation via stories. You'll post a story and then I'll post a story that's in response to your story. I think that's fun.
It's something I tried for a while. I was like, okay, this is the font we're going to use for Cinephile stories. And then you're like, nah. But I kind of like it because then we have different fonts and we can like,
yeah, it's our calling card. But anyways, I will give my social medias. So my Snapchat is at Don't Call Me Mitch. I delete that about every 2 weeks when I get manic and decide I'm getting off social media. So I delete my Snapchat and then I make a new one, and then it's a constant vicious cycle. I also
and then I have to text you and say, "Is this you?"
Yeah, and sometimes I just give my Snapchat out to a lot of men on the internet, and I regret it. It's fine. It's fun. And then on Instagram, What is my name on Instagram? MGP712, maybe
No!
at Mitch Polly.
I'm pretty sure it's just at Mitch Polly. Maybe Mitchell.
Polly.
At
I
Mitchell
rebranded, Jenny. What the fuck?
Oh.
And then on TikTok, we have a TikTok. It's a Cineflix podcast.
How's that
Please.
going? I don't have TikTok.
I don't know how it's going. I just post things and then walk away. And speaking, if you want to follow my personal one, it's at Bloodfart. And I used a crazy amount. Glenda's in that. Glenda's my profile picture on my TikTok. And the name has, I think, 2 zeros for the blood. And there might be 3 T's. I don't know. Maybe you guys will find me. I feel like I'm sending you on a treasure hunt. Go find Mitchell's personal social medias, which will take about 2 seconds. Just go look on the Cinefilth accounts. I'm not on Facebook, so don't even try it.
I'm on Instagram at Genevieve Radosity, and I'm on Blue Sky because I'm woke, and it's at jennyradosity.bsky.social or whatever, but Jenny Radosity.
And you can be the third person on Blue Sky and follow Genevieve on that app.
I like Blue Sky because like people actually see what you post, and that's kind of nice instead of seeing 5 million ads. So we will see you guys next time. This has been chaotic and fun for us, I hope. For you too. I hope it was good for you too.
But did you have fun?
I'm here, baby. I keep coming back.
I've told you about that, right?
No, what?
If you're ever on a panel for something and you have to
Yeah.
give feedback for something that you did not enjoy, like if you're ever on like a film panel or something and you had to watch a film and you have to give the director, creator, actor, whatever, you have to give them feedback. You
I
just
have to
look
say
them.
nice.
Yeah, well, not necessarily. I mean,
I was about to
who
say, I'm like,
knows?
I'll be mean. I'll do it.
But instead of being mean, you can just look them in the eyes and you say, "Did you have fun?" And then you put the ball in their court.
Wow.
When I used to do what's called speech musical theater, there was a judge that did that after some of the really bad numbers. And instead of just pointing out the obvious and that maybe you should consider doing not this, she would look them in the eyes and say, "Did you have fun?"
That is terrifying. That is like queen.
It's psychotic, and I love it so much.
I'm like, that is a mind game, and I respect it, but I'm scared.
I'm just going to start using that even in context where it's not appropriate. Somebody will be like, "How was your day?" I'll just be like, "Did you have fun?" So
Perfect.
nice.
Well, we hope you had fun, listeners. The ball is in your court. You know where to find us. Follow, subscribe, 5 stars, all that good stuff. And we will see you at the movies, but probably not.
I frequent the shit. Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
I do. I'm lonely.
Oh.
Catch me at the Rosedale AMC. But if you eat a lot of snacks during the movie, maybe don't sit by me because I will talk shit about you on the podcast.
Leave me the fuck alone.
This is going to be our longest episode, and 90% of it's going to not be about the movie. I'm going to stop this before I say something problematic.